Is there a therapist on the other side? Yes, how can I help you? I'm doing 2 Megapops with shell shock. I think this is the video where I have finally lost it. With the mortar specifically, it's best to have auto start off so that you can freely navigate its cursor to the very start of the track so that you can make every single shell count. At the end of round 8, deploy down Striker Jones. The angle is going to be very important so that he doesn't steal any Moabs or even the balloons in general, really. Like, you need to have it so that it's kind of like perfectly diagonal so it doesn't shoot upwards or to the side. So I think that hopefully that should be good. Clearing off round 9, round 10 is going to be very interesting because we got all these blue balloons to try and deal with here. Now, the idea with a huge batch of blue balloons at the very end of the round is to try and disperse them so that some of them are reds, but then keep others as blues so that they only appear as 2 at a time rather than trying to deal with them all at once, if you get my drift. But we still got these. I thought they were. I thought they were not separated then for a second. So this is not a good example because there's too many reds. Too many reds here, and then the fact that there's all these bunched up together. Yeah, that was a really close attempt actually. No, there's too many blue balloons here, and they're going to escape. Oh, actually, that's good. That's good. Because the sub only has a PS of 2, it means you need to make use of every single dart that the submarine fires out. But that was actually a really good round 10. On round 12, deploy down the mortar of the day. And to be honest, I'm not looking forward to this particular scenario because this cursor needs to move about all over the place. Sometimes you're just going to have to play on slow motion because we need every single pop that we can get. Minimize the amount of steals, but we just have to bite the bullet with the submarine, for goodness sakes. We cannot do it without the submarine support at the very start, and actually as well for the mid game as well because of submersible support. We're not going to be relying on a radar scanner for a good amount of time here, but bigger blast, then balloon buster, and then after that some submersible support so we can actually deal with round 24. Balloon buster up and operational, just 3 more upgrades, and then we would have completed this. Shell shock with rapid reload. There's no reason to go burning stuff. Even though it does more damage DPS, we need the stuns of the shell shock. Black balloons not yet up to level 5 where it makes explosives somewhat vulnerable to them, but now they are actually. Yeah, we need to go submersible support first. I would love to go shell shock, but then we won't have the money in order to actually go through with this challenge. Round 24 exists. Round 23 is done and dusted. Let's go submersible support and also faster reload. And now these camo balloons are not going to be an issue whatsoever. We're also not going to give radar scanner to our glue gunners because obviously this will remove the camo by default. So that's the thing. And we don't need to unsubmerge this anymore. Shell shock activated on round 27, and as you can probably tell, I've named my artillery Shelllock Holmes. He is both a detective and an explosive expert. Can our village reach the mortar? Yes, that is probably one of my most worrisome things, is that the village won't be able to reach the mortar from this place, because I don't want it to buff the alchemists, otherwise it just increases their range and their me to fire later on. I don't want that. Jungle Drums is up and active. Now, when it comes to Striker Jones, I don't want its range to go to the Alchemist, because then it will increase the Alchemist's range as well. And the main reason why you want your Mortar to be near Striker Jones is that when Striker Jones gets to level 8, the plus 5 range, null and void, doesn't matter. But the 25% extra pierce, now that is incredibly important. Now remember, all buffs within this game, they don't accumulate on top of one another. So therefore, let's say if you have a Glue Strike and then a Acidic Mixture Dip, they don't stack on top of one another. They only increase based upon the base damage in which the tower does. So within this case, it's 3 damage. So therefore, let's say level 20 Artillery Command, it only increases its damage by 3 very temporarily, rather than, let's say, every other bonus added on top. Oh, speaking of Alchemist, we're going to place one down now. Over here, and I'd like to place 2 down, mainly the Acidic Mixture Dip part. We should get stronger stimulant for the end of this round, and then our shells are even more powerful, and they can fire even faster. The extra range is not necessary in a tower like this, unless of course they will change the mechanics where additional range on a mortar actually increases its blast radius. Like, I think that could be quite a nice adjustment towards, you know, giving tower other means if they have a dummy attack range like we have on the mortar here. Or even like the Dartling Gunner as well. Like, it has unlimited range anyways. I want to place the Engineer as bottom left as possible. Obviously, Striker Jones's footprint is too big, so he can't snag this corner down here. And if I had the choice between having Striker Jones behind this tree or the Engineer, I'm going to choose Striker Jones, because Striker Jones very late on is actually quite a powerful tower. So we don't want it stealing 10k or so pops just because of its range bug property, or any tower's range bug property, because Ninja Kiri likes to fix things which were not already broken in the game. Between round 41 and 49 is free. There's just nothing really to cover over, because the Shell Shock with the current support that we have for it is just, it's absolutely fine on its own. It's just the Moabs. Moabs are going to be our biggest threat ever. Should I do Heavy Shell at some point? I tell you what, when we get to 10k subscribers, I'm going to try and do base mortar 2 Megapops, which means tier 2 or below. Let me know if you want to see me do that by subscribing and leaving your thoughts and suggestions down in the comment section below of other scenarios. We're very close to overclock. Once we get it, then our means of being able to counter Moab class balloons will greatly increase. Speaking of which, overclock is here. Yeah, it's really the stun property of Shell Shock which what makes it very, very good. It doesn't obviously stun Moabs, but as you can tell, we need to constantly move this so that we can actually do our job. Although, can we just leave this here? I want to see if we can just leave the cursor here and it will deal with a Moab by itself. I hope so. That would save me a lot of wiggling around. Yeah, it does actually. It deals with a Moab by itself. This may look weird up here, but don't worry, I have an idea. And that idea is so ingenious that you're not going to believe what I'm about to do. We're going to try and make these glue gunners as cheap as possible. But then again, I still feel like I'm spending more anyways just to get this, because it feels like the best way to use your commerce and discounts is with super monkeys. Especially like the Sun Avatar. Good, deal with that. Yeah, sometimes multiple maps can be a little bit of an issue, but once we get more glue, by the way, this is going to be kept as 013 for a very long time. We should be able to deal with this just fine now. Now that it has slower movement speed when it goes along here, it doesn't even leave a small square as a Moab. Yeah, we're still having a little bit of issue with camo balloons, but the submersible support is here to help us out. We're going to turn this off turn that on for the time being, because we're actually doing very well at the moment. At the moment, by the way, at the moment. We have artillery command, but it's going to be useless until we get to level 20, because it's only activated based upon if a Moab Assassin, Moab Eliminator, or Popinol, or Artillery Battery abilities are on cooldown. But once it gets to level 20, you can activate it regardless because it doubles the damage of all artillery and oh yeah, and bomb shooters as well. My bad. I was thinking there's one other tower which it benefits innately, and it's that one. Gonna get a that's about as good, but I'm just thinking about damage at the moment. I'm actually leaning towards trying to get another glue gunner up and operational. Yeah, let's get glue strike first and then MIB and call to arms. Oh, I forgot to move the cursor of this. Oh, for goodness sakes. Looks like we're going to have to try and deal with this with more shells than I need to because I forgot to set the micro to the start of a round over here. Okay, but we're down to Moab, so let's slow down the game a little bit. And yeah, the next BFB threat is at round 65. I think I said the wrong Moab class balloon at first. And yeah, stuns are annoying because it feels like it doesn't always apply it, or your pierce cap is always being met. Because remember, the shockwave damage and the main damage, they're two separate ways of damaging. But we do have the fortified modes to deal with, which are, in their own ways, a different beast to handle. I need you to stick to the fortified modes, please. And then once they're both been Moab glued, then we can put the glue strike on, because sometimes when a Moab class balloon has been glue struck, it doesn't actually accept the bottom path glue gunner, which is rather annoying. Okay, sometimes you can be pierce capped around 63, which is annoying, but I think we should be good here. As long as they don't make it past this point down here, we should be good. And that is round. Not going to mean much to us at the moment, but MIB is up and running. It's sort of like a level 19 equivalent of Striker Jones here, where it gives all explosives the means to be able to always damage black balloons. May look very smooth so far, but again, like I said, I guarantee you it's not going to be very fun as we get into the high 70s and onwards. After we get called to arms, we may need to invest a bit of winter to our side. No, you're not allowed to leave this part of the map. The stuns will deny you movement, and the shells will rain down upon you. Oh, now round 70. Yeah, round 69 did not make it past this point, honestly. If you can control the flow of the balloons, then try and get your cursor so that you are always pummeling the BFBs and all that. Because having it over here is a bit of a waste, because of the fact that you're missing out on potential pops here. So, and also because of Resort, it sort of acts like the M25, where it keeps going around and around. And the balloons which were in the front can eventually meet up with the ones which are behind. A unique aspect about this map, and I think a lot of maps also have some sort of unique aspect where the balloons tend to be in multiple places at once, but at the same time they inevitably catch up with one another. Just on a native part of the track, that is. Yeah, this is the glue strike bug sort of thing, where if you glue strike a Moab class balloon, sometimes it doesn't accept other forms of glue, which is really annoying. Ninja Kiwi, please fix this bug. Can we hold off these fortified ceramics? Now that is the big question. And so far, yes. As long as we're continuously moving the cursor over to where the BFB is, we'll be able to deal with all this. Hopefully. Let's take you down to Moabs and then, yeah, we'll glue strike. Okay, good. The bug did not activate there, which is nice. Sometimes happens, other times it doesn't. I just wish I knew what the trigger is. I think steelless is going to be impossible, for goodness sakes. Like, I am just suffering so much. Oh, hello. Just managed to do that steelless. Thank goodness for that. I was going to lose my mind there because of this stupid overclock bug. Okay, and I turned auto start back off because of mortar placements and all that. And yeah, glue strike is working wonders because we're doing +2 damage to all of our ceramics. I love how sometimes the Moab glue can snipe BFBs very far away or any other Moabs over here when it fires over there. Especially the fact that we have some Pierce love because of primary training. Nice that these BFBs are clumped up together. So that hopefully our Pierce cap won't be met. Fun, and some of them are bugged so they can't be Moab glued. Look at that, it's trying to stick to them, but it doesn't want to be stuck because of a bug. A little bug that's... yeah, we're restarting there. I want as less steals as possible. Like, past round 80, I'm going to accept that, but not right now. Seems kind of risky, but within this portion of the map, always have your mortars over the strongest enemies, so that then they are able to use as much of their PS as possible, and also as well dish out as much damage as possible. We need call to arms though, definitely, because we're not going to be able to get through the later. Oh my god, we're being pierce capped again. Being pierced. Don't you just love it when Moab class balloons can't get glue struck because of a bug that prevents the Moab glue from sorry, don't you know the bug where it prevents don't you just love it when you... I can't even talk anymore. I'm just so overwhelmed at the moment. I'm so shell-shocked. Call to arms! I desperately need you. Also, we're going to slightly move our cursor to the left so that we can deal with all these rainbows over here. But also for the fact that the BFB will be out here and you need to maintain the cursor over the BFB at all times on round 78. When the round... I think we should... We're going to... I don't know. Do we have enough PS to deal with round 79? I think we do. Okay, we're going to activate both call to arms and glue strike so we can get rid of this BFB as quickly as possible. And there it goes. I'm just worried about this round now and the overwhelming amount of PS, but I do think we have the PS required on the shell shock in order to go through this round. Great, fortified BFBs, my favorite foe to deal with in this entire round. Yeah, let's get ourselves the absolute zero at some point, although we are just stuck with a snowstorm. We're stuck with a plow without a means to drive the plow forward. I know it's a stupid metaphor, but you know what I mean about this. Okay, got both of those. Well, let's say both of those down. We don't have both of those down. We kind of have this under control, but there's still a lot of targets or a lot of mortars. I need to lay siege onto these bees here. These fortified bees. These bee-loons. Come on. Let's make this as steelless as possible. Don't go over there. No. Okay, I'm just going to accept it at this point. 20. How the hell did you get 20? And then there's 31. Yeah, I can't fix it. I can't fix this mistake now. We're too late into the party. Okay. It is ZOMG time. I was about to say DDT, but that is the wrong one. Notice how we're doing 10 damage at a time and sometimes 12. Well, that's just because of all the buffs we got going on at this given point in time. I don't think Striker Jones contributes more damage towards the artillery, sorry, the mortar obviously, but more attack speed is definitely a welcome. And bigger blast radius. Okay, down to BFBs. I'm still not comfortable with this given situation. We may need to only use the snowstorm once they're into their Moab form, their B form. Okay, that should be it. Let's use call to arms now, actually, since they are within their most numerous form here. And so, oh, for goodness sakes, I'm not happy with that. Okay, managed to pop it slightly earlier this round in comparison to the previous round. I'm still not happy about using call to arms just yet because they are, again, with this bug. Please, just go down already. Just go down already. Just thank you. Just go down already. The only risk of using Snowstorm then and there is because of Glue Strike being active. I hate this feature of the game where sometimes balloons just can't be popped whatsoever. But at least we got... That was actually a mistake because the game is going to think that we used it on a previous round. Fun. Hoping to get absolute 0 before round 85. But we do have a new foe on the block. Super Ceramics. But we do have Shell Shock on our side. And with those stuns, hopefully they're not going to make it too far in their advancement across the map. Yeah, they're resisting more hits, but again, they're just as susceptible to stuns as before. So that is a pretty nice feature, let's just say. Hopefully, there's not too many of them. We do have Call to Arms active, and I'd like to get Call to Arms back for ready around 82, but I don't think that's going to be a possibility. Let's see. They are... Okay, they're all down to ceramics. Let's try and pop some of them, but not... Okay, the green one at the back there, I'm hoping to keep around as long... Red balloon! Yes, thank you! Sometimes holding off from popping them is very beneficial. So that's round 81 done. With fortified BFBs, yeah, round 82 is going to be a very big hit and miss scenario here. We still need to target all of these as if they're all just as important as the previous target. This is where the true fun of this scenario begins, and you're asking me why am I trying to do this? Because there isn't even a 2 Megapops on this map documented yet. I think it's mainly the map shape that makes it annoying for Alchemist support, because there's not anywhere in which you can hide the Alchemist and it won't steal pops. If we make it through this round, then we're on the home front to round 85 because there's no more fortified BFBs until a little bit later on. I think past, like, okay, round 86. That's the next round, which we're going to get fortified BFBs on. Let's see. Glue those. We need to condense these down to ceramics as fast as possible. Sometimes they are not being... Oh, come on. Be damaged already. Pretty please. I'm asking very nicely. No, they're gonna be annoying. Just like everything else in this game. Sometimes annoying, but 100% fun. Wait for these to be popped. For some other reason I thought one of them was struck by Moab glue. Please. Oh, for goodness sakes, what a stupid timing for that. Now they can't get +2 damage from our shell attacks. That was just a really unlucky coincidence there. Yeah, this given point in game, steals are just going to be inevitable, but it's just how much we can minimize those steals. And once we get absolute 0 and some balloon sabos, the only case scenario where Mo's will be able to go down here is, I think around 100 really. Because we'll be able to slow them down so much, but round 98 is going to be a strategy in and of itself where we're just going to have to leave the fortified ceramics just wander down here and come back around because the Moabs are the main target of that round. This is going to be an easier round because of Call to Arms, being able to deal with these Moabs. And that is round 83 sorted. We should be able to get absolute 0 before the end of this round. Hopefully. That is a big if. That's a big hopefully. Okay, we got the money for it now. Excellent. For some odd reason I thought it was 21,600. My bad. Just wait for all these ceramics to pop and then use it. Otherwise, we're going to be stealing even more pops. Yeah, this is probably going to get the most amount of steals for the engineer over here, but I'm okay with that. And come on, last BFB. Good, good, good. Wait for all the BFBs to pop down to Moabs and then use it. Otherwise, you'll be wasting yourself a potential permafrost effect and also the slowdown of them dramatically as well, they're frozen. With that, I think relentless glue and the glue splatter is going to be very important now for those stuns when they are popped. See, sometimes we have two means of stuns: shell shock and relentless glue. Also, I think if you're going to go for heavy shells to Megapops, this is actually a very vital tower because of the fact that heavy shells does bonus damage against stunned balloons. And what does this do? Wait till both ZMGs spawn and then use your abilities Venom there. Next we're going to get some balloon sabos on the screen, and then with the rest of our money, a spike factory or two, and on round 100 specifically, a oh, I forgot, an embrittlement for over here actually, so we deal bonus damage. I wish I put the glue gunner somewhere else just a little bit further away down, but this is our run. The dangers of absolutely zeroing glue struck balloons is the fact that this will then get +2 damage on all glue struck balloons. When it only does 1 damage when you use this ability, and then going up to 3, that's not good. Oh god damn it, used it at the incorrect time there. That's no good whatsoever. Come on. That's wasted potential. Now they're going to be further along the track than which they should be. All fun in the day. Fun in the day of Balloons Tower Defense 6 with Sherlock Holmes at the helm. First set of Moabs spawned. I was just waiting for these to spawn downwards. Oh, come on, last BFB. Don't be like that to me. Somehow the last one has a tiny amount more HP because that's how this game works. F-U-N. No, I'm saying N as well, not just the first 2 letters. That's horrible. But Absolute Zero is doing work here because, well, the ZMG is nowhere near down here as it was on round 80 before having Absolute Zero. Wait for all of them to spawn out, then use Absolute Zero, otherwise you'll be wasting your ability usage there. Only downside? Oh, good. I was going to say, the only downside is that BFB was bugged. Come on, BFBs, I need you all to pop, please. Nope, that last one is being a stupid nonce and will not be... Oh, we're going to restart this round. Let's try and keep the cursor as middle as possible so that they're all being damaged in some ways. Hopefully this works. If not, then I'm going to have to think of some other strategy to do this round in, because sometimes it feels like the frontmost ones are weaker than the backmost ones. I think it's just because they've had more shells laying siege onto them. Okay, that's good so far. Last BFB, please. You're doing this again to me. Would you please go? Oh, for goodness sakes, that took far too long. It's just because we can minimize the use of our Absolute Zero ability if all of them are downgraded to the same level. But hey, look on the bright side. We managed to get this round done and dealt with. I think. No! For goodness sake! Stuns obviously are not the way forward at times. I don't like to be critical all the time in these games. At all, or even in my videos. But the only reason why I kind of bicker in some ways is because I care about the game. And I care about the longevity of the game continuing. But with stuff like this, it's a constant irritation. Not something game breaking, but it's just a constant irritation on the mind knowing that this is something that could easily be fixed with the right person the correct person looking at the situation and then seeing that, okay, so this is obviously a little bit of a concern that needs to be dealt with. And yeah, sometimes bug finding can be pretty difficult. I understand that. But when you have multiple people saying the same thing over and over again and not just one person, then you should think that this is an issue and not just an isolated mishap. And that is round 86. Okay, so that was much better than the previous attempt for some odd reason. Getting more contained over here. The shockwave damage able to hit everything within this square. Probably aside from the 4 corners. Let me get a second alchemist. Faster throwing, and then another faster throwing, in the hopes that we can keep the acidic mixture dip part on for just a bit longer, because I think that is the part which does the bonus damage against Moabs. Yeah, extra damage to ceramics and metal class balloons. We'd like this to be on for as long as possible. That bonus damage is very important because we don't exactly have a lot of damage to begin with. Wait till all of them are BFBs before we use Absolute Zero. Come on, ZMG, excellent. You're being more cooperative than BFBs are, where sometimes it feels like they are, some of them are slightly more HP. Want all of you to be Moabs before I use Absolute Zero. There we go. So it just means that one usage just affects every single balloon on the screen. And use call to arms as well, so that we have more Pierce to deal with everything. Attack speed, yes, is very important, but it's also the Pierce. That plus 50% Pierce is stupidly good. Look at that. And that's round 87. And a single balloon did not even make it past this line down here. That's pretty good. Round 88, though, might be a little bit different because all the damage is dispersed out and all that. Isn't that a load of fun? I'm targeting the BFBs deliberately, by the way. I do not want them taking a single inch forward in their advancement. 455. Hold on, what was it? What was its pop count on the previous round? Because I think it must have been much lower because we affected ceramics. Yeah, it's not that much different. I'm not too happy about that because we need to use his ability many more times. I'm not worried about these mobs at all, really, because of the amount of damage that we can cast upon them. Good, good, good. Okay, let's Absolute Zero those. Take those down a peg. And we've just got the ZMGs left, but they'll make it a bit further because A, they're a little bit tougher, but B, we had to concentrate our fire on the Mogus and BFBs first. First one down. Come on, second one also go down, please. Please. Oh, for goodness sakes, I really dislike that. Okay, thank you. Finally, you were going down. It just means that the first lot will be into Moabs a bit earlier than the other lot, which I'm not a big fan of, if I'm gonna be honest with all of yous. Now, I've only mainly been talking about the game rather than other things off topic because of how difficult this scenario is. Right, so yeah, I'm gonna need to force to use it then and there because of how annoying these BFBs are being. In the name, annoying and BFB, they're definitely the same. Don't quote me, okay? Do not quote me, I know I am right. Let's wait for AZ and then go back here where, yeah, we still need a few more shells in order to make this work. Okay, so that's the AZ those. And hopefully the rest of it should be okay. Let's actually glue strike these when they're ceramics, just so they're slowed down. As oh, you just have to steal, you have to go all over the place. Because this is not top half glue. How are we doing on steals, by the way? 100. That's a 0 for some odd reason, considering there were balloons up here. But I'm going to take that. Fixed it flares at 245. This ninja down here can't actually see, like, ceramics and all that. They can only really attack metal class balloons if they make it down here, which I hope will be at a very minimal. Let's actually get Balloon Stabber, actually, since we've got the money for it. But fortified Moabs, no joke whatsoever. Deal for fortified Moabs first and then consider what our next option is. I'm going to think about leaving the... Should I leave the Balloon Stabber for the deities? I think we'll be able to get it back in time. Can we downscale all of these at the same time, though? That is the question at hand here, please. There we go. That is the kind of result that I'm after. All of them to be downscaled simultaneously, so that you only ever need to use one ability on every single one of them. Rather than let's saying, oh, let's have one BFB left, and therefore we have ourselves a bit of a speed issue going on here. And also a control issue. Okay, always have it at the front of the horde so that you're able to stun as many of the ceramics as possible. And hope that the shockwave damage in some ways will be able to... For goodness sakes, Round 89 being dealt with, hopefully. Oh, dearie me, it's very tight here with Pierce as well being a factor. And that is round? Should be. You know what? We'll hold it off actually because of call to arms being a factor and all that, you know. Let's hope that we can get them back. Oh, the shockwave actually damaged this one up here. Good. And yeah, the call to arms is pretty much back, so that's good. So, round 90, DDT territory. What are we going to do here? Yes, we're going to show no mercy, but we're going to do all of the above, and hopefully we'll be able to take these things down. The big word is hopefully. And for some odd reason, I don't have my Sabo up at active. That's the price I pay for failing around. And let's plant a second ninja just far away enough from this so it doesn't get the Shinobi Tactics bonus added on top. It does apply to itself, but I only want the flesh one. I don't want these to do damage. I want these to slow down the balloons. Here we go. Now activate all of the above, and hopefully Sabo comes in time, which it is, to be able to then slow them down. And that should be round, honestly. Keep them contained within the blast radius of the shell shock here. And I don't need to use another of the absolute zeros because we now dealt with the threat. Excellent. That was a much better usage of, well, using our money. Trying to only target the BFBs, but honestly all of these ceramics are a little bit of an issue going on here if I don't deal with them at some point. And I'm really scared of actually using Absolute Zero because of the amount of ceramics are on screen. So we kind of minimized it so it's later on of the round so that it doesn't steal as many pops. Come on BFB, go down to Moabs please, go down to Moabs, go down to Moabs, go down to Moabs. Excellent. Just use all of our abilities here and hopefully we'll be able to get them back with some careful, crafty timing. And look at the obliteration of all those Moabs there. That's just beautiful. Okay, let's hold off on popping a few of them so that we can get our abilities back. But knowing this game, once again, I may not have much luck on my side. Red one, I am hoping to be able to save you. But again, knowing my luck, that's not going to be a thing. Okay, so let's actually look at you first, Ceramic. Yeah, that red balloon is going to be our best friend, honestly. Please be stuck. Call to arms is back. That's brilliant. That is the power of manipulation, my friends. And with Sherlock Holmes. What can we do in round 92? Well, in some ways, I do want to, or need to target these, but at the same time, leaving the DTs, sorry, the ZMGs too late is a recipe for disaster. So I'm hoping that we can get every single one of these in the circle before any one of them tries to leave. But there are some stragglers down there. Decompositioning the ZMGs into BFBs. And from there, use the absolute zero. And sometimes relentless glue doesn't work because of glue bugs. Fantastic. Okay, get them all down to Moabs, please. Before we use our... Oh, great. These ones are obviously taking too long. And there might be a chance where we need to restart this round. Hopefully that doesn't come to that, though. But at the moment, this is not looking good. And some of them are obviously not being relentless glued because of... I've already said it so many times throughout this episode. Since AC comes back pretty quickly, I think we could use them more than once before they actually get to this point. So, yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. That's a thing. We can do it. We can thoroughly do it. I love that. I'm glad I kind of tinkered with that little bit of a strategy. Oh dear, you're going down there. No, thank you. Poor timing of the AZ ability again. I wish I had my own AZ in the summer months in the UK because there's no such thing as air conditioning. Oh, they all went down to Moabs that time. That is fantastic. And we've got call to arms active, which means all of these should be affected. Pretty pleased, but we still need to be in the front of all this just so that we can contain with the fears. And oh, a single pink balloon nearly ruined our run there. That's just fantastic. Absolutely fan-freaking-tastic. please. No more relentless glue, please work. They're somehow managing to make themselves through, but I don't care. I think I saw a nail appear there from the engineer. And, yeah, we should have call to arms back for when we need it for the DETs. Move the cursor down here just a little bit. There's not been popped. You think this is bad? This is nothing in comparison to round 95. That round's going to be so much fun. Okay, delaying the attacks on the BFBs just because some of them spawn out first things first on the round is pretty good strategy. You just delay your attack so you can simultaneously downscale them all. Well, that's the plan anyways. It doesn't always go to plan, but sometimes a plan does work out. And that's round 93. Yeah, sometimes I have to do it on slow mode because of, well, the nature of the tower. I was thinking round 94 is the first oh crap round when it comes to the amount of balloons on the screen, because there are a huge number of them on the screen. Come on, go down to Moab's good. Slow them down using the Sabo, freeze them using the AZ. Using the oversized and overcold aircon to slow them all, to freeze them and all that jazz. Please, Pop, I don't want to use AZ until the... Great. Oh, would you stop with the steals? And yes, I'm frantically redeploying my cursor so we can get all those few balloons there. Yeah, but AZ, while there's a glue strike involved, is very dangerous when it comes to steals. I forgot we can purchase our third Sabo. So that only leaves with the fourth Sabo, which honestly would be very nice to have around 95, but I guess some things are just a little bit too expensive for my reach. Come on, please. Oh, for goodness sake, ZMGs. Now you're the ones being stubborn. There's enough pierce in your shells to be able to infiltrate all of them. But no, I guess you're going to be annoying to me, and I know for a sheer fact if I... Yeah, there we go. If I use AZ any sooner, then that wouldn't have worked out. And I think I used Mortar Arms too soon because these will turn into Moabs at some point. Management of all these is just the best. I don't like to divide all these balloons up, but because of the way in which they were popped, I kind of had to. But doing that so will mean that we have more... Yeah, I'm gonna restart that. I didn't even have my cursor down the bottom right because of the what looked like pink balloons just soaring ahead of the rest of the crowd. We'll probably do a bit of chip damage on the ZMGs at first, and then go to the Moabs or the BFBs after that, because these will naturally receive a little bit of damage anyways, so I'm thinking of that. Hopefully. Okay, they're not going to be downscaled in time, so I think this might have been a bad plan. I'm just worried about the first one going a bit too south, but those BFBs are not... Oh, they're not being popped. Please. I hate this game sometimes. Come on, please do it this time. Good. The BFB that time was not so stubborn as to refuse to be popped. Good. Call to arms since there's so many of them here. And brilliant. That's all of those down. Now just the ZMGs. Or I'll say just the ZMGs. It's the ZMGs which are left. Well, shell shock. That by default only does 3 damage, but with everything going on here, we're doing a lot more. Oh, that was a poor use of AZ again. I didn't think they would be popped so soon. That's why I used it. And hey, guess what? Some of the ZMGs this time again have more HP than the others. Even though I kind of placed it on them at exactly the same time. This game just loves to be unfair to me. Let's actually disperse our shells around so that hopefully we can get AZ back up and running by the... Oh, no, also call to arms as well, but... Nope, fate is a little bit unfair to me at times. Come on, BFBs. I'm targeting these ones specifically because I think they have the most amount of HP so far. Great. Don't you just love this game? Some of them are about to escape because some of them were not AZ'd. Another attempt, another poor manipulation of micro due to some targets having more health than other targets of the same kind. It feels like that anyways, because at times it feels like this game is reducing me to nothing. Remember, I did say at the beginning of this episode that things would be fun. And things are definitely fun. I'm just trying to minimize the amount of steals that we get, honestly. Outside of the AZ, because obviously that's going to get steals. But very minuscule. And that should be round. Oh, great. Oh, that one pink balloon was so annoying. DDTs. Let's see now. For some odd reason, that one in front was a bit more forward than the others. I don't know why. Why is that the case? At all. That should not be the case. At all. Okay, so we're going to use it Venom there to stun some of them. I forgot to activate Sabo Venom there. That's so annoying. And use Call to Arms. And hopefully everything should... Well, the majority of things should be popped. There's going to be a few steals here and there from the ninjas, but that's honestly unavoidable. Hopefully we can... None of them must still be... Oh, for goodness sakes. I am really having fun here with these DDTs, which are feeling like they're not taking any damage whatsoever. This requires some microing. Oh, great. That bug has happened again with Overclock. This is going to muck up the entire round. This round in particular. Why do you have to appear Overclock bug? This is so goddamn annoying now. Some of them are escaping down south. Did use Striker Jones once for 528 damage. And, yeah, these frontmost ones need to be dealt with immediately. Oh, come off it. That was such a jump scare right there. Just seeing that yellow balloon almost escape the map. Striker Jones, do you have the damage? Oh, come on, last DET. That's a fair few steals there. But I think this round is good. Just, I'm not going to use Overclock at all at the end of a round. Just because I don't want this to be a scenario where it would be impossible to get through the round without the Overclock active. I'm glad of that. 1887, 712. That's actually really impressive, actually. 30, 60, 59. If only Moab class balloons are down here, absolute zeroing them is actually better because it means that they can't actually, you know, damage the Moab class balloons. Unless, of course, they have been glue struck, because then it's like, well, it doesn't matter about this frozen property when they've been glued. Fortified Moabs. You just have to be fortified, don't you? Don't you really now have to be fortified and make my job significantly harder? But I do have the tools at my disposal to make this just a tad bit easier. Hopefully, nope, some of you... Oh wait, your normal ones spawn out from the BFBs. And they're crawling down south. Guess what? Round 98 is going to be fun. You know what else is fun? Just this entire scenario. There's just so many ceramics out, which I'm really hesitant about using the absolute zero ability on because it will just steal back many more pops. If you know you've not been using your balloon sabos, when you get a number 2 icon indicated there, you should use them as sparingly as possible, yes, but only when there's some new balloons spawned out from a bigger balloon, or B, one is not currently active, one being the sabo. And of course, we're not going to get certain balloons stuck because of the glue bug. Now this just leaves with the ZMGs. When I say just, there's 5 of them. Yeah, I count 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 6 of them. We count 6 tips appearing. Great, I used AZ just before they all got popped. Isn't that just fantastic? Just don't know when they're going to be popped, which is why I try and use it as much as possible, but that's not always the most ideal decision to ever make. Can we all go down to Moabs, please? No, they're going to be very unforgiving to me this time around. Let's use the Sabo. And there we go. Sensible now, the Moab. Let's use the ability. This is really stressful. Hey, don't you just love it when a random ceramic just escapes from the main horde? Because of the game deciding to hate you. That is exactly what's happening. I don't mean piss out here. This still doesn't change the fact that this is annoying. Perhaps I should intentionally let these come back up here so that these are no longer within the range of stealing pops away. Even though we are stealing pops, we're just not going to be stealing as much otherwise. Let's use a Sabo actually, just so that we have the means of being able to use AZ at the very beginning of round 97. And I just realized we used overclock venom there, which may bite us if we fail round 97. Just look at how close. Oh, great. I didn't like that. We don't have Glue Strike ready for round 97. Isn't that just a load of fun? We have other things to attend to, though. Like, how did that red balloon transform into a pink balloon? So we're on round 97. A lot of the threats have been dealt with, but we're still missing 475,000 pops from this scenario. You can guess where the rest of it is going to lie in these final 4 rounds. It's not really a strategy for this particular round, just make sure that they are AZ'd as much as possible, and when a Balloon Sabo is not currently active, then deploy a new one. Let's get a spike factory up and running here. Get the bigger stacks, because we're going to need them. Are we still here? Are these still ZOMGs? And not BFBs? Okay, they're all BFBs now. I thought only the first one would pop, but both of them will be popped, which is very good. When you're inactive, cloud smoke, then I will activate another one. Yeah, this is going to take a bit to take down, but once they do, then hopefully we'll get Quarter Arms back up and running. But it's just the matter of knowing when to use our abilities, and I honestly feel like we need to use AZ more often within these fortified BFB sections on round 97. Oh, hello, 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 hello. And of course, you're going to not pop at the same time, which is very fun. Oh, we've been at this for 2 hours now, according to my recording screen. It'll be fun if I just looked at my recording software and it said, start recording, rather than stop recording, because that has happened. And I had a lot of fun on that day. Yeah, there's going to be a few steals here and there, but we're just going to have to face it because the fortified ZMGs are just about tough. Like, even if we had perfect microing, we're going to intentionally enable these to go up here a bit faster so that then there won't be as many steals, even though you already are stealing from them. We should have a look at our total steals at the end of a round here, just so that we know where we are. But then again, that's if we actually get through this scenario. Of course we are, obviously. It's just a matter of time, patience, and hopefully these won't get past our glue gunners. Please, Relentless Glue, do your lovely work by stunning them. And yeah, we're going to keep our cursor there, actually. We're going to keep it there. And overclock is halfway towards being done, so the duration will not wear out. I think it's because it's been applied on a tier 3 tower, and sometimes the game thinks that you have a second overclock active on it. So that's why it thinks, no, we're going to let that one expire, but we're also going to let the current one expire. So at the moment we've got 1,700 steals from the alchemists. Jones, for some odd reason, has got more steals. Oh yeah, because it was 500 from a previous attempt around 95. 77, 112. Naturally, these ones will get a bit more as they go further to the right because they're near the beginning of the round. We're going to upgrade you to Spike Storm. Okay, this is going to be the biggest RBE round. But is it going to be the toughest round? Well, we shall see. If do as much chip damage on the ZMGs as possible, it might mean that the backmost fortified BFBs will be popped first before the frontmost ones. But then again, that is a sacrifice I am willing to make. I think... I should have gotten you, actually. 980 is not that big amount of money. But then again, we do run the risk of not being able to get the Spike Storm ready for round 100 if I do forget. Let's see. This round is going by okay-ish. Okay, we need to use that, actually. And because it was under the effect of a blue strike, we're definitely getting a lot of steals then and there. Which is not optimal, but it is a way forward. Okay, let's use another Sabo. Yeah, I'm not happy about this. I feel like we need artillery command level 20 up and running for this round. Yeah, we're doing thousands of damage with each shell because of the amount of balloons that are on the screen. But then again, the bug is going to play because you constantly keep trying to fire at them. Fun. Get them all down to Moabs, please, but you're not going to do that, are you? Let's go to Quarter Arms. No, they're going to make their way too far forward in the track. No, some of these are very damaged because of the fact they're still BFBs. I honestly feel like for this round alone, we need to let these go through here. But the Moabs, they're still the bigger primary threat here, so... definitely some management is needed for this particular round. That's a lot of balloons right there. Can we get them all here, please? Oh, great. Some of them are escaping down south. Yeah, again, we keep retrying this round, Jones. Yes, again and again. Yeah, this is not looking good at all because these are getting a fair few steals over here. And I'm scared of using AZ because of all these ceramics. How about if we try and use it? A 60, that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Okay. We need to keep a cursor on the ZMGs, otherwise we're just not going to do enough damage. That's a lot of damage. Come on. Okay, go down to BFBs, please. I think we're nearly enough done with the fortifieds, but again, this scenario. I know there's been a lot of failed attempts, but it's part of the adventure, right? Not always succeeding, but there's got to be some room of failure, otherwise you won't know where you came from. AZ, I need you back more than ever there, actually. Okay. Please go. Thank you. Let's use it. They're all slowed down as much as they can be. It's mainly the blue Moabs which I need some speed control with. Come on, please. Don't make me go through the scenario again. You have to retreat up north. Oh, come on. Maybe some of them I need to keep as BFBs. I just don't know anymore. This is the height of sorry. These are still being affected by the alchemist because of the fact that they're within range and they don't get affected by the frozen status because of the acid, which is the same as normal damage type. Please, I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to go home and eat cookies with Grandma. Even though Grandma doesn't bake cookies, even at the very least she can buy some and oh gosh, we're not gonna have quarter arms around 99 because of how close they are to the exits. Please. I can't take this anymore. We're not going to have the ability back for round 99. That's a victorious round 98, but what are the costs? Our ability is nowhere near back to being ready. Hopefully we can do some micro with our other abilities. 4,000. Oh my god, look at these steals. 10,000 or so. 11. Goodness sakes, this is so bad. Oh, look at that. Certain balloons being immune to stun and just carrying on as if they have all the immunities in the world. And I think one of us did. Yeah, they're not even close to being popped, so that's just a lot of fun, isn't it? And we also need Glue Strike for round 100. Oh, this is so... Oh, a spark of hope here. A spark of hope. Just keep being stunned, please, and don't just BS on me. Gosh. Oh yeah, that's a scenario. But I'm not happy with the pops that we have so far. Because within the near 65,000 in which we have for the next round, we only have a few things here and there in order to help us out, really. Yeah, this is really annoying. These two are really annoying. I think it's because of round 98, where I used AZ when the Moabs were over here, which is why they got the pops in which they did. Oh, goodness sakes. Yeah, I'm really annoyed, by the way, if you can't tell, because so many of these are getting pops in which they should not get. Okay, we've got a real chance here. Rather than getting imprisonment, we've got ourselves a second spike storm here. And I'm hoping that this will carry us over to the finish line here. Laying down as much damage as we can on the DDTs, hopefully. Hopefully these will... Then again, I'm a little bit worried about the fact that they're not as upmost in which they should be. We're holding out on the quarter arms and all that because of all this over here. Okay, I think this is a good time as any to use Absolute Zero and all of our other abilities here and there. Please let the TTTs go down. Thank you. Okay, so we've got 25k steals there. And everything else going on. This is looking really tight at the moment. It's still anyone's game. We need to use absolute zero as much as we possibly can. Please let this be the final one. The one in which we're going to bring us victory. Goodness sakes. I shouldn't be so nervous, but also tense. Everything at the same time over shell shock. But I want to do this, okay? I really want to do this, and hopefully we'll not need to do this round again, biker bones. Keep on going, please. This is hopefully it. Let's get this down as much as we can. Need to use AZ as much as possible. It's an oversized air conditioning. We dare misclick the spike storm ability, otherwise that's just an instantaneous game over. Okay, the Merv glue is no longer active on this, which is a little bit concerning, to be honest. Okay, they're now down to those, which is nice. Okay. So what can we do here? If we let them go down to Moabs, so that would actually be quite good, actually. If they go down to Moabs, that's quite good. Let's hold off from using any more sabos here. Let's see. Keep the overclock going on this. Oh, gosh. The separation of them is not good at all. Okay. Let's use all of our abilities, actually. Let's just get this to the finish line, please. Please. Look at the pop count. Yes, we've done it. Finally. Oh, gosh. I don't care, it's only 1,000 over. And do you know what the funny thing is? This is the second time I've done this. The first time I just to see if this was actually possible, and I managed to get 2 million for, which I posted on Reddit, but oh, I should really learn to just record on my first time doing something, so that when something like this comes about is pretty good. Yeah, I was having a lot of trouble with an embrittlement over here just because I wasn't getting enough damage down. So basically, I think the best course of action was just to have 2 spike storms because I just had enough money in order to get them. And one of them was active when a call to arms was active, and the other one wasn't, considering the big amount of damage displacement here. But finally, we've got 2 million pops and more with shell shock. Finally done with this. Thank you all so much for watching, everyone. Sorry that the video is very long, but suffering is part of this channel, and obviously when it comes to these sort of things, showing the failures is just as good as the successful run, because of the fact that, you know, there's room for improvement here and there. And when there's 10,000 runs of failure and then there's that one run of success, it makes those failures oh so worth it, because at the end of the day we kept pushing forward and we got ourselves the 2 million pops with shell shock. Don't ask me to do like signal flare, because arguably that's actually worse than base, because of the fact that if you were to have Geraldo, you would lose out on bonus camo damage. But then again, there's the submersion support anyways. But, yeah. That was very fun. Heavy shells? I'm going to just not go anywhere near a tier 3 artillery, for goodness sakes, for God knows how long. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please be sure to give the video a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you've not done so already, please be sure to use my creator support code, if I can actually find where I need to go. Whenever you're purchasing anything from the store, use the creator support code, and that will help me out greatly. Thank you all so much for watching, and take care of yourselves, everybody.